Thank you. We're at SEG Indianapolis. I'm here with Rob Isaac. See, I actually do your. I usually don't. I stopped introducing people because, like Margaret, I kept reversing her name. Uh, I let him introduce himself. I didn't know how to pronounce the last name, so I know how to do yours. Drew Tucker, Jeff. Like I could do a handful of the easy ones. So Rob, Drew, and Jeff are in my top 5 favorite match artists. The Pax Open when I was a kid, white black used to be my colors I played. So I'm a white black beta, something like that, are all worn out. That was the color scheme. So we're in Indianapolis. How's your time gone so far?
It's been fun. Slow enough that I could talk to the players, but steady enough that you're never sitting there with downtime. But I mean, one reason I like to come to these things is talk to the guys that have been keeping employed for 30 years. Their passion for the game is infectious and awesome. And they've all got their little stories or memories from the game, things like that. It's always kind of awesome to make that connection. Find out what the game's meant to them over the years. That's how much it's really when part of their childhood growing up, which makes me feel old. But
right, I know. I remember being a kid in high school, like looking at the cards, like at the dual lands and everything, and like, oh man, look at this, and then like, I still have them. And then you signed them when I was like 40, or I'm 41 now. When I was like 38 when I went to Lux Cup the first time. So yeah, I connect with those stories.
Yep.
So with your artwork, I always ask these questions. Do you know where all of it's at?
No, I have no clue where those things at.
It's
in terms of the original painting,
yes.
And they change hands. So even if I knew who bought something, life happens.
To give you a crazy story, went to a store in Southern Indiana. Someone just traded in a closed basketball old shit. The bottom was a print. I'm thinking of it. It's a original painting from Jim Milson. I take a picture, post it online. Goes, yep, that's it. It was the bottom of a clothes basket that sat in someone's grandfather's basement all this time. And so I got with Matt from Mountain Mage. He auctioned off and sold it, but it was in a basement, just sitting in the clothes basket.
Well,
they thought it was a print when I went in, but when I opened it, the color splash. Sometimes they do at the bottom. Yes, where they came off, it was down there. But as soon as I touched it, I went, "Ooh, this is too. This medium is like a cardboard. It's too nice." So yeah, that's what it ended up being.
Yeah,
I asked because sometimes like Jeff over there, he did high resolution scans of his artwork of Zombie Raccoon and stuff like that. So do you know where like the big ones are? Don't say if you do, don't say names like Underground Sea.
Yeah.
All those, you know where those are, or
some of the Middle East, Savannah. I'm not sure on Tiger or the Badlands, to be honest. And a chunk of the Shaw plants.
Okay. Well, do you do high res scans of those later, or you don't request like scans or whatever?
No. I try to get the best scans I can, photographs or something before they leave my hands. So 30 years ago, that
I would say Birds of Paradise was on a playmat here recently. That looked
a little dodgy. Maybe?
Probably could have used a new scan. It was produced by I think Upper Deck or something or Pro.
Ultra Pro.
Yeah, and so I was like, I love the artwork, but this everybody said like this needs a new scan. It doesn't scale up. So
you got to figure like even if you got hold of the scans that Wizards had from '93. It's a 1993 flatbed.
Right. You want to watch
you're probably at 300 DPI.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
nowadays you go 1,200 for $80 at Walmart. But back then that's what you had. So I had a lot of little like medium format slides or negatives of them, things like that. I have been able occasionally to get access to newer scans. Certainly, when that happens, I'll update the files.
So. We just saw a whole bunch of signing. Those 3 guys loved it. What's your number one most signed card? What do you think it is? I have an idea. I'll say what I think mine is. But I would say back when I played Magic, it was Underground Sea. That was hot. Black Blue rule with an Iron Fist, but it seems to be Blue Red switch. So I don't.
Now Black Blue is still really dominant. I think the price of the Underground Sea keeps it from being number one. I'd say Watery Gray, Blue Delta. Because the Black Blue combo is still really popular.
I think, I didn't think about that. Those are more accessible as they produce it in no more hand foil versus chip.
So, still, on any given show, 80% of what I sign is going to be the shocks, the duels, the finishes. And then you've got the other struggling children that come home for a brief visit, which is always awesome.
All right, I got Desert Temple signed. It's a good card,
This weekend I saw some, Coskin Falls and
Oh
Orders,
wow.
like
Yeah.
old stuff that and out of play decks or cubes or something. It's not just somebody pulling one of each out of a age in their collection.
Yeah.
It's stuff that's actually still seeing the light of day somewhere. So that's really
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gave me, you said something at LexCon that I've now passed on to every new artist I run into. And it's this: you sign so many cards. Whenever you sign, don't use the same signature you can sign your checks in.
Oh hell yeah.
I will. I literally pass it on, and I can't remember who I said it to, and they were like, "Oh shit!" Like, yeah, don't do that. Do not like. I was like, even ask
I mean,
Rob.
even 30 years ago when identity
Right.
theft was not the big issue, it's still like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
So as I go through these cons and meet my newer artists, like always chart your signatures and don't sign the same way you sign your checks. You can ask Rob. He'll tell you. There should be like an artist 101, like, hey, welcome to Mark Pohl, Al Alexander. Help them with the things you oversight you don't see. Yeah, they always laugh when I tell people that question. What's your what is the mediums and style that you did like your original things?
First 15 years or so were all watercolor.
Okay.
When I was going through art school, I really kind of fell in love with the medium and a weird combination of control and complete lack of control.
Yeah,
Which is where
right.
and I before magic, really the only way to make even a decent living in science fiction fantasy would have been something like book covers.
Okay, yeah.
Which is predominated by the
And
at
movie
that time.
posters and
Um, if you can get into that,
yeah.
And
If
at
you're
that
afraid
time,
of facade and stuff, you can get into
yeah,
that.
it was all acrylic paintings and oil
Yeah.
paintings, and I wanted to do watercolor. So, they art directors didn't even look at my portfolio when they found out it was watercolor. So I had to try to find a way to
Really?
make it look more
Huh.
like an oil or acrylic. So started working with that and looking at some watercolors from 100 years ago that combined opaque white and
I
whatnot
wondered
in there,
that. It's like
and just kind of kept going with that. I liked
I could have
the-
never told that it was watercolor.
yeah,
Could never been able.
I like like I said, the random things are going to happen when you put wet paint in the water.
Yeah.
And then you just you have to work with that because you cannot
Yeah.
overpower
Oh no.
it.
I've
And then
been
there's
doing
other
paintings,
areas
yeah.
where you got so much control. It was awesome, and paint dries right away, and you can get super fine lines or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to grow up to be a so. Once I figured out how to make that work on deadline reliably, then I jumped ship.
So I wanted to experience some of this, so I started doing some paint. Yeah. I found as you said light control. I don't like that. So I was telling Colonel, and he said, "Oh, so you like trail? You like done dry layer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like the layer." Watercolor. I remember talking to Margaret. She said, "I said, how do you deal with the out of control? I don't like that." She said, "Well, I think my paper's probably a lot better than what you're using." I'm like, probably, right? I didn't Crayola. I didn't go just get Crayola paint or stuff like that. And so as I dabbled in this stuff, yeah, watercolor with better up you go. I noticed you get control without like super out of control.
Right.
Cheaper, it is way out of control. I didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
No,
Then I
think
like the
cheap
out of
paper
control.
and cheap brushes and like a student grade paint. You're setting yourself up for frustration
Yes.
more than anything.
Yeah,
else.
that's what happened to me. Is I at first I went cheap on everything, and it was an absolute disaster. I hated it. I didn't like this. I was mad. My girlfriend's like, "Still cheap ass."
Yeah.
So as I moved through the beans, you said oil, right? Uh, the best I produced in oil was a Triskelion, but the dry time and it's such a process.
Yeah.
It was
It
very
took me-
frustrating.
I mean, I've got a lot of partial paintings in complete pieces that were magic parts. I just started them in oil, threw them away because
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it done in time. Do it in watercolor.
I did a
Um,
Wrath of God, and when I finished it, 'cause I didn't tell I was doing it, it ruined it.
you were mentioning,
Yeah,
which
and
is-
I
that's such a horrible feeling when
Well,
spend all
I
that
was
time,
shocked. I
It's
was
like,
like,
hey, it looks cool, and then you hit it.
I was
it's
like, what the
oh
hell's
my
going
God.
on here? Like, why is it doing this? I'm not a painter, I guess. I wanted to experience these things, and so I'm self-taught through videos. And the learning's a fucking curve, right?
But
You're doing it by yourself. Yeah, so oil, I had to do the brush on. I went back and I get that the drying time of that heat is long time. I'm not patient like that. Acrylic, lay, dry, right?
Yep.
It just I can get busy with it. So I'm like, acrylic's my style. I do not.
Whereas I absolutely hate acrylic because it does for the exact
Oh,
reasons
yeah.
you like it.
Right.
It dries really quickly, so I don't feel like I have enough time to massage it on the canvas. But then once it's dry, it's permanent.
Yeah. So
And I also don't like the look of it when it's dry.
I remember when I did the earth blind, you get the wings are translucent. And I was like, and I literally said, I was like, I can fuck this up. Right. I can't, I could ruin this.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right. So I was
Start
like,
again.
so I started watching a lot of videos how to thin the white out. And I was very, very easy with it. It turned out fine, but there's a stutter part. I was like, I could ruin this in a heartbeat because the wing was like a good 50% paid. There's four of them. Um, so as many people know, 30th anniversary, a lot of contention behind it, but a little perspective. You got artist Bruce. So he got artist Bruce for Underground Sea, all of it, both the retro and uh
The modern
and the
board.
modern
Yep.
board. But not just you, Jeff Mingus, Melissa Benson, people, right? Fan favorites got like new product injected into the market, which means that newer players, at least some, maybe get a hold of Black Lotus from Sierra Rush if they wanted to, right? Christopher Rush passed away if people didn't know. And so if I was a father, I'd want this for my daughter to get like, right? And then they're $8,000 a piece, right?
But it's a piece of history and legacy.
It's a piece of history and legacy. So there's a lot of good facets to it that people didn't see. So I want to bring a little bit of light.
Okay.
I can get the frustration from like the consumer side, but on the artist side, and for I guess you're a real hardcore collector, if you want like if you really want something from your child, you'll get it, right. The people buying like toys and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done it. So I saw this as this part a very good impact for you. Jeff Mingus got Swords of Plowshares. I mean, I can go on and on and on. So if you need an artist prints, you can contact them. So you have artist prints.
I do.
I didn't see. I checked your art suites. Yes, you don't have any of the original paid stuff, right?
No, long gone.
I think Alana Danner had one. Jordan Lotus left, and I think she had it listed for 10,000. So I didn't know if you held one or two back. Like if you want one,
Okay.
it's $100,000, right?
Yeah,
like if
there's some locked away, but they're
you come with
generally
a
not for sale.
you come with a cash pile, sure, right? So I didn't know if you had any left or none left. So
some.
Yeah, I think.
But you're gonna have to twist the arm a bit because I like them. I'd be happy to leave those to my kid.
Yeah, it's HR's different. I think Jesper
Nearforce
sent me his list and he had scrub lines, but they were priced to move in 2025. They were very, very expensive. So if you really wanted one, you still had something to get a hold of. Have you done any do you do like Margaret does a reimagining, not a repaint? Some people do repaints, no repaint. Have you ever done a repaint of any of your favorite artwork or a reimagining?
Both. I mean, like for the first 49 book, it was a reimagining. And occasionally, a collector will reach out and ask for something like that. Most of the time, though, it's more of a recreation of something. Yeah. Can you paint me the Underground Sea that looks kind of a lot like the one from '93? They don't necessarily want a modern interpretation of it. They just there's one of those. It's not in our budget. It's not even for sale. But can I at least get something that looks like that's original that I can hang on my wall?
I wonder about that because I talked to new artists and they were like, when I go, I've been approached going back even a couple of years to the way I'm painting now.
Right.
So how hard is it for you to go back 30 years and be like, is your style changed? Has it improved?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or I
So,
would hope
right?
so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If not, geez, what are you?
Oh yeah. No. Right. Like,
Yeah.
no. Definitely. I just.
Yeah.
It's.
So it's
How do you rewind your style back to?
You just got to remember that just as much as it's nostalgia for me, it's a piece of their nostalgia and their history for them. So they don't want what I can do right now. They want something that really reminds them of what they were playing with back in '93, or the cars they put into the boosters or something. So I kind of have to just kind of mentally block out the fact that okay, I would never do it in these colors, or I don't like that composition or whatever. It's like okay, this is what I did then, and it's the best I could do at the time. I'm still proud of it, and just do my best to do a faithful recreation of that because at the end of the day, that's really what they're after.
Yeah, I bought so at Luxcon he had a Underground Sea canvas print. I bought it and it hangs at home in a huge hallway full of stuff. And we talked about it. I love it. So your style's for us great, right? So artists' worst critic is self, and I know that. So when I was paying for, I'm too hard on myself. I realized that after talking to you all, I was like, does this happen to you all too? I'm very, very hard. So yeah, I can see from your perspective that, but from my perspective, I love it. We talk about it when people come over and all that. Whose signing service do you use? Do you use Mark, Matt, both of them?
They've come to me with cards. I don't use a iTunes.
I didn't know if some people use just Mountain Page or some people just use Mark's signing service. You can get your card signed Rob through the mail through signing services?
No, not for the mail.
What through the signing service?
Through the signing services if you want, because they're usually pretty good at catching up with me at the shows.
Yep.
And then I have been doing some work, not in an official partnership capacity, but with Josh Goodsell at Gathering Place Games in Raleigh or Chapel Hill, actually. Mostly for people that want like say more complicated painted altars or something that there's just no time to
Oh,
put a show.
yeah.
So we've been trying to provide an opportunity for players to have at least some access to that. Okay. In a way that's somewhat timely, because I know once I get away from the show and back in the studios, I mean, we're in what, May, June.
Yeah.
The rest of my year is already completely booked. Like every day is mapped out. So I don't have time outside of the show. So one reason I started with Josh is, okay, but if we can establish like even one day a month or something, going in and doing that, it's actually going home.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do a link, but Mountain Mage and Marks, you can go on the website, see, and because they come to shows like you have to physically travel here. They do. They'll be in Vegas, stuff like that, so they can bring cards to you and get signed, but we'll go back with them. That's cool because, like, as a kid, my mom's not gonna take me to Indianapolis to get stuff to see anybody. Back in the day, they did art like artist spotlight corner. I remember Ross Spears did it's always way off by itself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because Wizards would send like you there with 2 tables or whoever. And I remember this is back when signatures weren't a thing, not really. And so Ron Spencer didn't have like anything on the table. And he had a one painting with him. He's like, might be like just meet, greet, sign some stuff. Like I signed some books, like I did some TSR stuff, DD stuff, or whatever. But it was like I remember they just sitting there all day by themselves.
Yep.
Really, and just nothing going on.
I remember really early days sitting there at signing at a store. I guess these days it would probably be a small pre-release event. Yeah. But I'm sitting there in between Mark and Anson. You know, they only set out at alpha beta at that point. Yeah. Oh, I've only got 7 cards, and most of them are rare. So I got nothing to do, nothing to show.
Right.
These guys have got a lot of cards, a lot of basics. So they're busy all day talking to people, signing some cards, and I'm just kind of sitting there watching them both going. Okay.
Right. I remember Mark Paul and Ron Spencer, people would bring there's a unglued card called was it Fanboy, where it has a guy with a bunch of cards like this.
Okay.
And it's him with a whole bunch of Magic cards. And I remember they used to sign for free. Yeah. You could thank these people. So they brought them all up there. I remember Mark Paul's like, I started charging like $1, and it would like cut that stack like right? There's a number that helps because people would bring too much to sign.
There's a reason Julie Barrow did Mr. Suitcase.
Yeah.
Because we did have people running around literally with a carry-on size suitcase, and just or vendors going around.
Vendors too, yeah.
I think when people started to kind of take advantage of it and just be asking a little too much for it's like, yes, we're here, we're happy to do this, but you're gonna go away and make money off generosity.
And that's the thing they don't think about, and we talked about is when you start signing, do anything repetitive like this all day, how does your signature change from right? So it's not like this doesn't imagine repetitive motion.
The first probably 5 years or so, some of the players have probably got cards like that. Like Friday would be Alexander, Saturday would be Alex, Sunday would be A with kind of a bumpy line.
Thing like that.
My hand will start to look like a desiccated bird's foot by the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't make I couldn't do my signature anymore. And it's like the hand is just so cramped up and exhausted.
Yeah.
You want to do it, the brain is willing, and the hand just kind of goes boo, boo.
Right. And so people don't realize when artists switch their signatures, which a couple artists have to, like one fell motion. So it's not so much moving the fingers, it's almost
it comes from the wrist and the shoulder.
Wrist. Yeah. I see in sign groups like the A with the bump. I'm like, no, it says it's a time frame thing. Like Mark Paul used to pull in the bottom corner only. It's a change of things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. You're getting ready to pack up and leave in a little while. Thank you, Rob. What other things you're going to this year? Where we have planned out?
Let's see. Going to a couple more SCG events. One in Orlando, in Las Vegas.
Are you going to be in Las Vegas?
Not for MagicCon.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to do the MagicCon in Atlanta.
See, I just now found out about that. Okay. I went to Chicago and I went to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas. And then someone said, you're going to MagicCon? I'm like, yeah, of course I am. But in Georgia, what are you talking about? It's only supposed to be East Coast, West Coast, and European. I'm surprised Georgia showed up. I know. So I'm going to miss that one.
And then also a couple of more relaxed, more old school events. LobsterCon in Steel City coming up in the fall here.
I've heard about LobsterCon.
It sounds like it's going to be fun. I've never been, but
I've only heard positive things. Yeah.
And then beyond that, I would love to get into Eternal Weekend. Haven't been able to connect with the showrunners at this point, but I think that'd be fun.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you can catch them there for the rest of the year of 2025. I'm sure I'll see you at a LuxCon, right? Yep. It'll be a LuxCon, which is phenomenal for art.
Oh yeah.
It's great. If you're just there for Magic, you're probably going to be pretty bored.
Although there's a lot of magic artists under one roof without a magic tournament, so they're available.
So you have to love artwork that's in the magic scratch the back of them, right? It's one of those things. I love it. It was great. But then, you're not going to play Magic.
No, you're not.
So don't go there looking for play Magic.
But if you love the artwork, it is the best show. Fantasy Insights.
If you want to see Julie Bell, Porras, you want to see some like really good artwork from you, them. I mean,
all the best in the industry.
All the best in the industry, right? Yeah, it's everything. So, all right. Thank you so much for the interview. Until next time, guys.
Okay. Because I can't see that close up with the glasses.
Oh shit!
Glasses.
Oh shit! It's in your shirt. It's in your shirt. I'm not reaching in there to get it either.